Welcome to Lord Fussington's walkthrough of the critically acclaimed game Dark Souls. I'm your walkthrough master, Lord Fussington. And in today's video, I will be walking you through part 11, the part after part 10 and the part before part 12. Today I will be killing, what am I killing? Chaos Witch Quelaag. Yeah, it's a boss fight. So I hadn't fought her in it's been a very long time, and I think it went really well. I shot a fireball at her, and she slashed me in the face and I died. It's really romantic. Don't use fire. She's highly resistant to fire. That was a great fireball right there. Wow. Boom. See, he's not resistant to fire, you can tell because it did 43 damage. Wow. This is going to be a great walkthrough, I can already feel it. So you want to go on the side here, instead of running straight through the middle. Unless you want to, unless you want the barbarians to throw boulders at you. Maybe you like that sort of thing, and that's fine, no one's judging. But it's easier to go on the right side and just kind of walk up to her domain. Quelaag's domain. So my weapon isn't upgraded, so it's going to take me, so it takes a little bit of time to kill her. You want an upgraded weapon, to be honest. Dark Souls does tend to rely. It's kind of, it does make the game much easier. Like in Demon Souls, I didn't even care, but Dark Souls, upgrading is kind of important to some degree, anyway. Right, she's weak to magic and lightning, if I remember correctly. I don't use either, so whatever. Also, I'm gonna walk in poisoned. God, I'm so pro. Yep. Alright, so she's gonna leap, probably. Yep, that looks like a leap. She spits fire. Well, the spider does, whatever. Okay, so that's more fire being spat. Okay, you see how she kind of went down and hugged the head of the spider? That's when she's gonna do her AoE attack. Now, the AoE attack, you need to dodge it, because it does quite a bit of damage. It doesn't have great range, so it's pretty easy to dodge, but you just want to watch her. A lot of the time you do want to watch her. And I mean that in a entirely non-sexual way. She's not even wearing a bra. What is this? God. Reminds me of Andariel from Diablo. My God, how many Andariel runs did I do? 3 billion. Good game, good game. So, yeah, I should talk about the moveset. So that's a leap. Didn't we go through the leap? Yeah, we already talked about that. Okay, so let's talk about her slashes, right? She has 2 slashes and then a thrust. Okay? You want to dodge them, because if you get hit, you'll probably lose health like that, and potentially die. Because once your health hits 0, you're dead. It's over. Game over, guys. You're welcome. That's really... That's a fact. That's just a walkthrough fact. This is a great walkthrough. Okay. So the slashes. You kind of, the way to dodge the slashes, and I think once her health reaches like half, I think I play a little bit better. But for this part, it's really not great dodging. But because I'm kind of feeling it out. So it's kind of, she'll do a slash. You want to dodge almost last minute. You can, it's easy to time it after a little bit of practice. And the thrust is kind of a wind up. And then you roll you just roll sideways. And stab her basically. Or if you have a mace, you bash. So I just took that in the face because I don't care. So you can see how the thrust was a wind up. So then you attack. Usually she'll leap out of the way. In that case she did an AoE. Usually after the thrust she will leap. What else is there? So you can see how it's kind of last minute. The dodges. It takes a bit of practice, but then it's pretty easy to... You can actually block it as well if you want. It doesn't do that much damage, but I think it's better to dodge it because it's quite manageable. When do you want to hit? Pretty much after every attack, I think. Did I just ask myself a question and answer it? Wow. God. What is wrong with me? What's happening here? Okay, well, I don't really ever... She rarely does that move, so who cares? What a roll. What a roll. What a roll. And stab in the face. Okay, that was more of a slash. Whatever. So, the other thing to pay attention to is the pools of fire. Okay? You don't want to get caught in between a couple or back into them, so you always have to pay attention. It's kind of a good idea to start from one end and move to the other. All the while, the spider will be spewing fire everywhere. So really not complicated. See, a better weapon, this would probably be over by now, but unfortunately, I can't use most of it, like some of the good weapons I have. So I'm using a claymore that isn't upgraded. I recommend upgrading before you fight her, just to make life easier. So you can see how I'm dodging it. There's also a spot right next to the spider's head that will, and every time she slashes, she'll actually just miss you entirely. So keep that in mind. Oh god, this is taking forever. It's like the most boring fight as well. That was a great hit. That was a great hit. So now she's down. So I was even kind of late, but I managed to just back up and then roll and avoid the AoE. That was kind of unfortunate. I don't know how she missed that slash, to be honest. Worst aim ever. I mean, I'm better with a bow. Oh yeah, and the best time to heal is usually when he's spitting fire or during her slashes, really. Like you roll away from them. Like during her thrust, she'll finish the thrust and then you heal. With the thrust, I suggest you never roll backwards. You'll get stabbed in the head. And it'll probably hurt. What else? There's nothing really else to say. I don't know. With boss, it's always kind of difficult to... Because boss fights, they tend to... Sometimes they take long, but there's not much to say about them. Because it's the same movement. I'm doing the same moves, and she's doing the same moves, and it's just... It's always like that. Oh man. I think I go down to one more Estus Flask. So now she lowered herself onto the spider's head, and that's the AoE. She doesn't even have that much of a moveset either. It's pretty predictable, to be honest. I like how her hair never moves. Or maybe it is, and I'm just not... just can't see it. No, it doesn't look like it does. Or maybe... I don't know, I can't tell. Because most of the spider moves, you see. See, I just walked into fire. You have to pay attention to fire. Noob! God! Alright, this is game over. Or... oh my god. Unbelievable. This is game over. Boom, like I said, game over. I only had to say it once and it happened. Alright, finally. Was that as painful for you as it was for me? It fucking was for me. Okay, so you defeated... Okay, good, great. So now what we're gonna do is... that's a lot of souls. I think I bought a great fireball actually in one of my runs from what's her name, the witch that's sitting outside of Quelaag's domain. So you could do that. Because I think the next thing I might do is, oh well, obviously we have to ring the bell. So pull the lever, past me, yes, excellent. God, past me just trolls me all the time. Past me trolls present me. That's exactly what I meant. Okay, so the bell is now ringing. You can see it there. That's the bell. I'm just helping out. That's all. And that'll allow the gate to be open. I think a giant opens the gate. There he is. There's the giant. Boom. He opens the gate. And where does the gate lead? It's a secret. No one actually knows where this gate, where that is. No one's ever found it. It isn't Sans Fortress. No one knows where it is. Okay, but one day we'll find it. What the fuck am I talking about? So now I have a homeward bone. Great. That means I can go home and shit. But I ruined that idea by going down here and sitting at a bonfire because I'm an idiot. You don't really need to go down here yet. There's absolutely no reason. It's better to just leave at this stage. Actually, it's not terrible, I'll be honest. Because you can... Yeah, because eventually you can... Can you even warp here? I don't even know, actually. What am I looking for? Okay, what am I doing? Oh, maybe I'm looking for, what's her name? Okay, well, anyway, we'll deal with that later. Yeah. So that's it, really. That's the end of that. You really just want to head back to... well, you can go to Sans Fortress, really. So that might be that's probably the next video. So the next video is part 12, where we may be going to Sans Fortress. Or not, I have no idea. It's going to be a surprise for everyone, including me. I've been Lord Fussington. Thank you very much for watching. Kindly rate, comment, subscribe, like, whatever. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time.